So there's just these little tidbits that happen, you know, only to us, like these huge inconveniences that, you know, you don't see anywhere else out there.
Yes, it's unexplainable, really.
Yeah, so Myles tells me, you know, I'm gonna eat and I'll be over there. And you know, we decided to reignite ZGMB. There you go, Myles, using it for you.
Yes.
And so Myles, you know, he says, you know, I'll be there by a certain time. So I'm waiting for him, and you know, my clock says it, you know, it's exact time that he should arrive.
And just for your knowledge, whatever time I say I'm gonna come, just an hour later.
That's what she said.
Is what time I'm actually gonna come.
That's what she said. Anyways, things that aren't cool anymore. You think that's what she said?
That's what she said. Jokes done.
Okay, it kills me, but yes. Anyway, okay, yeah. Unfortunately, you know, I had to go, just like everyone
I'm not
else.
happy to admit it, but it just
Exactly, it's played out. It's played out. It's too dirty. Things are getting dirty.
it really is, and the dirtiness it's not cool anymore.
Yeah, it's just like gross kind of. Like,
yeah. It's like,
okay.
did you really just say that?
Yeah. So, you know, I'm waiting for Myles, and, you know, it's 10 o'clock. He said he's going to get here at 10. So, my doorbell rings. I'm like, yes, Myles is here. So I go off, and I go to open the door. And I didn't even look in the little eye hole. I just assumed it was Myles. You know, I was like, yes, ZGB reignited time. So I open the door, and it's this white guy. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, I'm 19, okay? I'm not a kid. I don't look like a kid anymore. So he's like, hey, can I speak with your parents, please? And I'm just like, I'm old enough to own, like, if I had money.
If I opened the door and saw you, I would think, oh, this is probably his place.
Yeah, exactly. I'm old enough to look, you know, that I could own a house, or, you know, I'm renting this place, or whatever. Yeah. You know, like, when you see someone that's 19, you don't say, can I talk to your parents?
Yeah, you're old enough to an 11-year-old.
Yeah, you're old enough to purchase any service that they're offering, you're old enough to do whatever. So he's like, can I talk to your parents? I'm like, no. You know, about what? You know, I've been taught since I was, like, you know, 0 to not just let people in my house. Regardless of,
you wouldn't even need to be taught, it's just instinct.
Yeah, I mean, you don't just let someone, you know, off the streets talk to your parents into your house, you know, I was like, you know, what do you want? He's like, can I just talk to your parents? And so I close the door, like, I'm like, whoa, who is this guy?
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, you can't, like, can I see, like, an ID or something? Like, who are you? And he's like, oh, we don't actually have IDs, you know, we just, you know, trying to sell something. And I was like, so I don't know you're not, like, a rapist, because this is exactly how every rape movie I've ever seen started. Yeah. Not that I've seen many rape movies.
And not that raping would be that simple.
Exactly, but I'm
not that I know.
Not that I have experience.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this guy is just like not giving me anything. He's like, you know, I just need to talk to them. I'm trying to sell them something. So I'm like, okay, let me get them. So as I leave, I just lock the door on him. And I'm still waiting for Myles. He's like, he hasn't come yet, you know. He's already like 15, 20 minutes late. I go back to check. There's a guy still waiting there, you know, just standing there like a little dog, you know, waiting for me to open the door. And so when Myles finally comes into my house, like, you know, knocks on the door or whatever, and I realize, okay, so I go and I see that the guy's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Making sure Myles is not getting kidnapped. I open the door. Myles is like, dude, what's up? And so, you know, that happened. So,
yeah, but he texts me right after, and he's like, dude, a ZGB moment.
Yeah, like, as you got the text, you walked into my house. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And so, because he literally just left. So, Myles comes inside, and we're talking. So I came in, you want a glass of water? I offer him a glass of water. He goes back to my room to start setting up, you know, all the different stuff that we're doing, the show sheet, we're finalizing it and everything. You know, so a lot goes into this show. It's not just, like, talking and then whatever. We have to edit, we have to cut, we have to film, we have to refilm, we have to do whatever. So while this is going on, I'm like, okay, I'm going to print the show sheet. So he emails it to me from my computer to the email, and I go to print it. So I hit print, and it's like, no paper. I'm like, okay, that would happen to me, that I don't, like, literally, I print all day.
That's what happens, that's the ZGMB moment.
The ZGMB moment right there. So I'm like, okay, let me go get paper. So we have no paper open. So I have to open like a 9,000 pack of paper, because we shop at Sam's. So this paper thing is like a small rainforest, like, in my hand. So I grab, you know, a huge chunk of paper. I don't want to have to reload that anytime soon. So I you know, reveal the paper loading device, and of course it's like I'm freaking deactivating a bomb. I have to like unscrew things, like pull things out, and there's like 27,000 sheets of paper in there already. Like, literally that thing is full of paper. So I'm like, okay, now what do I do? So I hit a bunch of buttons and nothing happens. So eventually I unplug it, you know, redo everything. Apparently there was like a jam, which my printer gave me the wrong message, but I finally printed it out. So, I mean, you know, just the horrible inconveniences that happen.
The inconveniences of life can be described only as ZGMB moments.
That's our quote. Anyways, Myles, so you were telling me about working at the movies the other day.
Oh yeah, so I work at a theater, but not like the real movie theater. I work at the movie theater where nobody goes, so that I don't have to see anyone. Smart idea, and also...
So on average, like, let's say, how many customers do you actually get a day?
Oh, okay. Well, we get like 3,000, 2,000, which isn't a lot.
You handle 3,000?
Oh, me specifically?
Yeah, like, what is your workload like? Pretty hard? Scale of 1 to 10?
Scale of 1 to 10, my workload is a 3.5.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
not too bad at all. And
Yeah.
how long are your shifts usually?
Usually they're about 6 hours, and most of my day just consists of literally standing still in one spot.
You get to sit down like on a chair.
No, that's the only bad thing about it.
I
But
hate standing up. Like literally, if you stand up for like, especially for that long, your feet start to hurt really bad.
well,
And
here's the weird thing though. I've gotten used to it. I can stand for 10, 11 hours now.
Oh,
just
really?
Because. But anyways, my job description consists of, getting concessions, like talking to guests, and cleaning movie theaters. Now, this story comes from the cleaning movie theaters part. Since the theater that I work at is
actually, when you clean movie theaters, it's usually pretty bad because I know a lot of people they just throw their stuff on the floor or whatever.
Yeah.
Actually, you were telling me the story the other day where you actually remember
Oh, the one that I was telling you.
Yeah. Go ahead and tell me that real quick. Or like side story because that's actually pretty funny and relevant.
Yeah. Well, cleaning theaters consist of going in afterwards because after your movie's over, you don't take your trash down there. You just leave it on the floor.
It's like movie.
It's just what you
yeah,
do.
it's just what you do.
Yeah.
It's America.
But it's my job to pick up the trash. And sometimes you go into a theater and you see something that you don't want to see. So
like your own trash that you left earlier. Like,
that.
Yeah, that story. You're like, I'm gonna screw over the next person that
yeah.
has a shift, and Myles like had to pick up his own trash. It was pretty funny and pretty inconvenient actually.
Things like that. That's ZGMB right there.
Okay, time out. But besides this, what is like the coolest and nastiest thing you ever found? Like, have you ever found like jewelry or?
Okay,
like,
the
cell
coolest
phone?
thing I found was an iPad. I don't know how you can leave something like an iPad.
I don't know who brings an iPad to a movie theater.
Actually, more people than you would think bring
Really?
iPads to movie theaters. Yeah.
Why?
Well, when they're waiting, they're on their iPad. When they're I don't know actually.
It's just
people
entertainment.
do.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So then the weirdest
that's
thing
the
you
cool
found,
thing. The weirdest thing I found is
other than what you're about to tell me.
yeah. Okay. I want to say that a condom is the weirdest thing that I found.
But that kind of relates.
That's foreign.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the weirdest thing I found is like a 6-piece silverware set. Had a fork, knife, spoon, and it was like metal. So 2 forks, 2 knives, and 2 spoons. Why the hell is that in a movie theater?
Because we're in America.
Who takes that in?
So then, what were you saying earlier about the?
Yeah. So part of my job description is to go into all the theaters while the movie is playing, and make sure that everything's okay. Make sure that no one's being loud, obnoxious. Make sure that no one's on their cell phone. So tell me why. Maybe once a week I'll go into a theater. Remember that my theater no one goes to, and you'll just find people doing the dirty. Yes,
Bumping
keep it on.
uglies.
And it's my job to pretty much tell them to stop. And the way that it goes is I walk in, I point the flashlight at them in the act. They both look at me. I look at them awkwardly.
Deer headlights.
There's about 15 seconds of awkwardness, but it's like no awkwardness you've ever felt before.
Like the nth degree of awkwardness.
Yeah, it's like you can feel their embarrassment, they can feel yours, and it just lingers there. And then once that breaks, you gotta tell them, hey, I'm sorry guys, you can't have sex in our movie theater. And yeah, that's what my job is like.